The need for Japan to rein in its ballooning government debt problems at present took on new urgency yesterday, with Standard & Poor's downgrading the sovereign credit rating for Japan. Japan has one of the highest debt problems in the world. Currently, government debt stands at around 200% of current GDP. Yesterday, the GDP announcement saw the New Zealand dollar increase against the US dollar and is currently above 77 US cents. The only time that we have dipped under this mark since the GDP announcement was just when Standard & Poor's downgraded the credit rating of Japan. In global equity markets, they were somewhat mixed overnight. Earnings announcement out of the US were very mixed, with Caterpillar having a positive announcement, where telecommunications giant AT&T was very mixed and saw a weak outlook for that company. Back here in New Zealand, our index has gone up about 1% this year, and this is despite dropping off a few points over the last week. As pre-mentioned, the Reserve Bank of New Zealand left the official cash rate unchanged yesterday at 3%. What was particularly interesting was the fact that capital purchases by New Zealand businesses has increased over the last quarter. What this indicates to me is that New Zealand businesses are taking a long-term view and believe that economic growth will occur hopefully in 2011 or 2012. The Reserve Bank of New Zealand is likely to leave the official cash rate unchanged until sustained economic growth occurs and inflation pressures start to surface within New Zealand. For our own view, we believe that the RBNZ will not change the official cash rate until at least September of this year. The ASB Commodity Price Index experienced another strong week last week. The New Zealand dollar and US dollar index both experienced strong price increases, with the New Zealand dollar index in particular experiencing a 3% price increase over the week. The star of the show was once again dairy prices, with buttermilk powder prices increasing about 14.5% over the last week. Our CBA counterparts produced a report yesterday that suggested that high agricultural commodity prices will likely be sustained over 2011, and there was some scope for further increases in price over the early part of this year. It is definitely a supply side problem at the moment, and this is increasing prices across the board. All commodity prices have experienced strong increases recently. Oil, sugar, cotton and corn prices are all at very high levels currently. No doubt this will be positive for New Zealand agricultural producers over the next year or so.